Alex Telles has joined Sevilla on loan from Manchester United. Gab, will he help Sevilla more than the last guy they loaned from United, Sir Anthony Martial?
Or Tony Marshall, as he's known. Yeah, like there's no link between the two, right? But other than the fact that they're both on loan from Manchester United. I think he'll help. I think he'll help down the left-hand side. Obviously, Augustinsson is gone as well. And I think Alex Telles is a very solid, steady performer, which I think is what Julien Lopetegui wants. Maybe we didn't see the best of him at Manchester United, but I think when he played, he generally didn't play badly. You know, it's just that you have another left back there named Luke Shaw, who plays for England and so on, and who also has his ups and downs, by the way. And obviously with the signing of Malacia, you don't need to carry three left backs.
So Telles goes from the bench at United to the bench at Sevilla, right?
I think you'll see fair. I mean, Sevilla are in a bunch of competitions. Their squad isn't that big. I mean, last year they were hit by injuries, and you saw what happened, right? They were short.
Yeah.
Dean Henderson joined Nottingham Forest on loan this season, and he gave an interview to TalkSport where he used some pretty hefty language. He said that, there were broken promises from Manchester United.
Yeah.
He basically, last season they wouldn't let him go out on loan, but then they said, oh, don't worry, you'll compete with De Gea for the starting job.
Yes, he said that. They said he would be the number one.
Obviously, I don't know who he was talking to, or whether it was Solskjaer. I'd love it if people came out and said, oh yeah,
yes,
all they told me this, and then Ralph said that. I mean, I'd love it if people, but of course, we don't know. It's just United. And he says his wasted season was criminal. Yeah, I think it is pretty criminal that at that age,
criminal is a strong word.
You waste a season. But he's not saying they're criminals. He's saying it's sad that you had to spend a season that was wasted when, you had your cap for England, you looked like to be really good.
Yeah, but we said at the time that it was a bit strange that they kept him when he could have gone out on loan because clearly he's too good to be a number two. Well, certainly from what we saw when he played, not that he played much for them, but too good to be a number two and to not play at all.
So, what's funny is if United were Bayern Munich and John Murtaugh were Brazo Salihamidzic and Richard Arnold were Herbert Hainer, they would come out today in front of the cameras and say, actually, Dean, you're wrong. You didn't break any promises and this and that. United aren't going to do that. Different country, different culture. Bayern, I think, ramp it up to an extreme with the blunt talk. It is interesting. All he's done so far is just gotten a whole load of abuse from United fans. And by the way, he could be coming back.
Well, he will be. I mean, this is just on loan at Forest, although I think there's an option to buy at the end of it. Let's see how he does. Now he kind of put a lot of pressure on himself now with those comments because everybody's going to watch him tomorrow. And if he's bad, for example, this weekend, if he's bad with Forest or through the start of the season, people say, well, did you really think you could be number one at United?
Well, that's what they told him.
That's what they told him, or certainly that's what
supposedly.
He said. So, if Cristiano Ronaldo moves, and even if he doesn't, Gab, to be fair, United are a bit short in the centre forward department with Anthony Martial, the only really recognised striker. Gab, is that why they're linked with Stuttgart, Zaza Kaladzic, and Salzburg, Benjamin Sesko?
I would assume so. I think, part of it is also Sesko's agent's been really busy. Sometimes, and again, giving away media secrets, when you see people who are linked with just about every club and in the news all the time, like Nuno Gomes many, many years ago, it's because they have an agent who just talks to everybody continuously, right? Sesko played for Salzburg, did well, not Adeyemi or Holland well, but he's tall and athletic. Kaladzic is 25, he's a little bit older. They need a center forward regardless whether Ronaldo stays or goes. I think. You can't play the season. I know you can talk, fluid front three, blah, 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 and look, I did it with Tadic. Yeah, you did it with Tadic before. But when you got enough credit where you could go and actually buy somebody, what did you do? You got Sebastian Haller, right? Who, is much closer to Kaladzic and Sesko than these guys. So Sesko's young, I think more one for the future. Kaladzic more sort of a functional option. He's by no means old. I don't think Kaladzic I don't think either one are like Cavani type level players.
No, but Sesko has more potential, I think, than Kaladzic.
Sesko has a ceiling, he's got a much higher ceiling. So, it makes sense. Makes sense, too, that they're totally divorcing this from the Ronaldo decision because I think they're two very, very different issues.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.